Hey everybody, welcome back to the Greenville Gab, and I am so excited to hear about y'all's Thanksgiving holiday. We took a break last week to be around our families, our loved ones. So no live last week, but would love to just get straight back into it. But first, I actually went to a very cold place over Thanksgiving where a lot of you guys actually are relocating from. So I was in Breckenridge, Colorado last week and spent the entire week with the entire family. So there were 16 of us. It was all of the brothers, the sisters, the spouses, the boyfriends, the grandkids. So it was a ton of fun. So you know the drill. Let me know where you are watching from. And let's go ahead and go through it. You guys are the ones that basically decide where this goes with your questions and what you have to ask about the area, or hey, you're coming to visit and you want to know more. So that's the whole purpose behind doing this. I have some really fun things for tonight, a couple different stories, and of course we're going to talk about the housing market, what's going on. It's the holidays, so it always gets a little crazy around this time of year. So definitely going to look into that and what is the difference between this year versus last year, as well as I've been hearing this a lot too. Well, Aubree, where are your buyers coming from? Or am I having to worry about people that are only financing, or is there a lot of people coming with cash? So I'm going to address all of that, as well as our market and what I've been experiencing here currently. So here we go. And hey, Johnny, thanks for watching. Let me know that you are here, and we will go ahead and go to it here. So as you saw on the thumbnail for tonight, Greenville's getting a new area code. What? So if you are new to the area, you notice that all of the phone numbers, all of the area codes are an 864 area code. And that's just something that we see a lot. So this was just announced, and I've got it pulled up on a local news channel here, that new phone numbers here for the upstate will no longer be an 864 area code. We are adding one. So that is the new 821 area code. So if you are new to the area, it covers the same geographic area as currently with the 864 area code. That begins January 19th of next year. And we'll have to really start paying attention to that. So it means our area is growing. We know that our area is growing. So that's nothing new. At the same time, I've lived a couple different places in my life, and definitely have ended up where I'm like, okay, are there multiple area codes? I'm used to multiple zip codes, but new area code for Greenville, South Carolina, or just let's say the upstate. It's not necessarily only Greenville. So 864 area codes and 821 area codes. Who would have thunk? So there is that. So with that as well, I am also seeing a lot of new things coming to the area, to the markets. And it's primarily been focused around some of our new construction. So y'all that are coming here, and I know a ton of people come to visit over the holidays. So I'm so sorry if I've missed you whenever you come into town. There's so much that's happening, and sometimes we just miss each other, or you're coming in to visit family, whatever it is. I'm sad that I don't get to meet everybody in person, but at the same time here, want to let you know what I have seen show up in my email. In like, so I probably get, oh geez, 100, 200 emails a day right now. It's a little intense, but I saw this happen today, and I'm going to flip over here to the screen so you can see. Um, so here's a new build website. More coming soon. Crescent Homes coming soon. New homes just released. DR Horton. Um, they have new neighborhoods coming up. Stanley Martin has new neighborhoods coming up. So this is just to name a few. And here's why I even bring any of this up. I have received no less than half a dozen emails between, I would say, the beginning of the week and today, whenever I was really paying attention to it, from all of these builders saying a couple different things. One, come buy the house before the end of the year. That's cool. Incentives, rate buy downs. There's lots of cool little things around doing that. But then what I've also seen is everyone is starting to release their brand new neighborhoods. So if you're looking, that's something I'm paying extra close attention to right now so that we can be on top of it, and we know like what is coming soon. So we'll be doing that. All right. And jumping back over here to the comments really fast. Hey, Lawrence, how's it going? Oh dear. Excited for you to come to South Carolina for a week. That's going to be so much fun in April. It's not going to be cold anymore. Like, we'll start having really pretty weather again. It'll be great. Um, Okay, so back to it, and why I'm even talking about housing at the very get-go here. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So one, we know we have new construction, and it's we've got the new neighborhoods coming. That's what's happening in Greenville. We have a lot of people that are relocating here, but at the same time, we also have a lot of people that are moving from here. So what do I mean by that? And is it getting overcrowded, or is it being too much, becoming too much? Well, no, not really. And I want to share this particular um, screen here. So I'm a little bit of an analytics nerd. Like, I love looking at numbers and following some of the trends and being able to look at it. So this is just a form that I can pull from our local MLS. And here's something that I think is interesting. So one, year over year, we are up in inventory. So that's these numbers here. And then also, whenever we look at the overall volume, we're up. When we look at the average price, the median price, like, these prices are all higher. So y'all that I've heard so many people that are saying, "Oh, we're gonna wait for the interest rates to start going down." The interest rates have already started to go down. I'm gonna let a lender talk to you about that. We're already seeing it going into the election year. What I'm also seeing, though, and this is something that I think is very encouraging to me, especially as somebody who like helps a lot of you guys move here. And I've been having more and more conversations with people that are finally looking to sell. So here's what's a good thing about this. These numbers right over here, we're looking at the average DOM. So what's DOM? DOM is days on market. And with that, what this means is, one, our average days on market is actually, I would say, right here in the 60s to 70s is what's happening currently. Now, look at this year over year over year. All right. So we saw, let's see here. I got into real estate in 2016. So I remember numbers around 60 to 70 days on market pretty easily, even higher than that. So we've seen over the last 6 years, we have seen days on market just absolutely bottom out. And that's why it's been really hard to buy a house, period, anywhere in the United States. Here specifically, this is hyper local data. So we've seen, so last year, the average days on market for the sold properties was less than a month's worth of inventory. It was nuts. And we were all running around crazy, and everybody was getting super frustrated because you were putting in 50 offers. Not really, you were putting in probably about 5 to 6 offers, and having to pay so much over list price. Well, now what we're seeing, and this is something that I really want y'all to pay attention to and not sit on and not wait, is one, we are seeing more inventory hit the market. Two, everybody that's saying, hey, we're waiting for interest rates to go down. Really, what's ended up happening is they are going down currently and they're waiting to the springtime. So if you're ready to pull a trigger now, you totally should. Because the next part of this is because we have more inventory and interest rates are headed down. That means that there may actually be some negotiating room. So, unfortunately, we had 2 years of unprecedented days on market. Okay. It was nuts. Less than 30 days means that a house went on the market and then a house came off the market in the Greenville upstate area. They did not sit. And it was a really fun time to do real estate. But at the same time, not so much a great time to relocate, okay? Because it was so hard to buy a house. It's still not easy to buy a house. But here's what I have to tell you is one, houses are only getting more expensive in the area. They've actually gone up. Let's see here. They've gone up in price about 3 to 5% since this time last year. That's about normal. We see about I would say a 4 to 7% appreciation amount. And I know I'm talking real estate words, so like drop a comment if you're confused about anything. But basically, if you're coming into the area to check it out, absolutely do that. Let's go book a tour with Mike Cruz with Make Greenville Yours. And let's go look at the area because that's what you guys are coming here for. You want to see and experience everything. And really, whenever it does come time to buy the house, I know it's hard to move from one area to the next area. And I have a client who just called me this past weekend. She's moving here from Florida, and it's just hard to do a long distance move when you're not 100% sure about the area. I had other clients this weekend that we saw a house. I showed it to them virtually. That is something that we do, by the way. And then they decided maybe, a different area might be what they were looking for in the first place. I don't know. They're still making their decisions. So that's kind of just a quick take at the housing market. And I would always like to touch it. I'm going to touch it a couple more times throughout tonight's show. But it's something that I'm seeing happening. I'm seeing an uptick in buyers coming to the market. I'm seeing an uptick in houses coming to the market, even at Christmas time, which I think is great. Like the holidays right around November, December, January is a great time to buy a house because you're not dealing with tire kickers or people who are just testing out a price. Usually it's people who actually need to do this. And then at the same time, we're also dealing with all of the builders and communities that are releasing more inventory to the market. They're releasing it now, preparing themselves for first quarter. So that's all really important. It's good to know. And it's happening more, not even just around the Greenville upstate area. It's happening, I think, really across the country, and something that I would want to pay attention to. So, with that, let's go ahead and go into my next story here. And this is just something um saw, and I think it's important to talk about right now. So let's go on over here. Let's talk about Spartanburg. Okay. So I talked about Spartanburg on and off, and I really believe it's an area to watch. Um, and here's why. Uh, they are doing so many different projects that they're just starting. I know a couple weeks ago I talked about the ball stadium, the baseball stadium that's being built in Spartanburg, brand new. Here's another project that is now underway, $40 million project along the Mary Black Foundation Rail Trail. And this is just, I mean, when we're going through, we're looking at these things, it's going to be uh, providing more apartments. It's going to be providing more businesses. It's going to be providing more walkability to just this area, to this upstate area. And I think it's important to see that compared to a lot of different areas. So if you stumble upon the channel, you're looking at usually 2 to 3 different areas, and you're researching. And I hope that this becomes so much more than just you're researching for the area to move to, and then you never watch another video. Hope that, this is what I found, is that it's providing information for you on a regular basis of things to do, things coming soon, where to go to get up to date information about the area that you live in. I know so many people that have grown up here in the upstate, but they've never experienced the upstate, or they only know like one or two ways around town, and they don't know the back roads or don't know anything like that. So, talking specifically about these projects. So, this project in Spartanburg, a lot of these developments follow old railway trails, old mill towns. It's something that that's kind of where they all end up. So I'm very curious to see where Spartanburg ends up going. Now I talk about everywhere around the upstate. So I think this is really good to see more development. Spartanburg, I think, is about 10 years behind Greenville. Okay. They have put so much work into the area. It gets a really bad rap, though, because of its crime rate. And I think that's one of the number one questions I get is, well, is the area safe? Or is the area, good for my family? Or is it something that I really should be looking in this area? I'm afraid because I look at the internet, and the internet tells me that it has one of the highest crime rates in the South. And everything on the internet is true, right? So, here's what I tell you. It's very specific to location over here. And I love seeing the development, because that means that they are revitalizing the areas, and that's exciting. So, yeah. All right. So here we go. Talked about development there. All right, next thing. So I know a bunch of you are coming, and if you watch the replay, you're coming to town and you're like, okay, well, what's coming soon? Or I'm coming to visit. It's the holiday season. What is there to do? So I've been talking about this a little bit off and on for the last couple of weeks. But this is a great website, and it's not just for kids, guys. I know it's called Kidding Around Greenville, but it's really a fantastic resource. So we've already gone through November, and I mean our holiday stuff starts early. Christmas markets, Ice on Main opens up. There's ice shows at the Bon Secours Arena, just all sorts of stuff. But here in December 1st is tomorrow. So, um, I don't know where 2023 went. It went by really fast. If it went by slow for you, great. But I feel like I blinked and it's over. So fun things to find out about Greenville. That's a weird ad. Let's go ahead and make that go away. So we have Festival of Trees scavenger hunt. Oh, this one's fun. So I actually did a video this time last year in the Hyatt. So if you scroll back through my videos, and I'll pull it up for you too. I walked through the Hyatt and told you about 10 different things to know about Greenville, and there were all these Christmas trees around. Well, that's one thing that happens every year. Local organizations, schools, businesses, everything, they put up Christmas trees in the Hyatt, which is right off of Main Street. It's also where you start the beginning of the Mice on Main scavenger hunt. So lots of things to do downtown. We also have the holiday fair coming up. That's always fun. And that's at the convention center. So that is, oh goodness, it's right outside of downtown. Maybe 5 minutes outside of downtown. Can't miss it. Then you also have the Bob Jones University Christmas tree lighting ceremony. So here's what I think is always fun too. Fun little fact, I went to Bob Jones University for undergrad. So I ended up normal. We're good. If you don't know what I mean by that, that's fine. But Bob Jones University has a really cool celebration, caroling at the beginning of December every year. That they have a full choir, and then they light up all of campus. So it's fun. It's something you should go to and be a part of. Get some hot chocolate and cookie and walk around a little bit. So this just gives you more ideas about what to do here in the upstate, not just Greenville, around the holidays. One of my favorite things, and we're going to flip right over here too, is the Upstate Holiday Light Show. So this is at the Greenville Pickens Motor Speedway. It is on your way out of Greenville, almost into it is in Easley. So it starts up. When does it start? I think it should be opening up any day. But basically the light show is on a racetrack. It's so much fun. You can go around the racetrack as many times as you possibly want to. You do turn on your radio and it has music, and it's all coordinated with your lights. So with the lights that you're watching. So it's a really cool thing to go to, even if you if you don't have kids or just looking for something to do on an evening. It's completely worth it. So definitely go check it out. So other Christmas things, because I figured, beginning of December, we should definitely talk about those. So we do have the Greenville Christmas parade. So here's something else that I think is fun is here in the South, like we do parades a lot more than I think some other places in the country. Um, but Greenville does have their poinsettia Christmas parade. Now, this year it has already been rescheduled. Normally, I believe it would have been this coming weekend. They have rescheduled it for December 9th at 6 p.m. And that's really cool. Like, as far as going to the parade, it's always fun. There's always hot chocolate out, and it's cheap. It's like $1 or 2, and you get to watch a really cool parade and see Santa. So we have that. All right. So with that, y'all, I don't have too terribly much to talk about tonight. We are winding down for the end of the year, and we've already seen so many of you come into town and you are ready to make the relocation, or hey, you're already here and you watch because you want to get to know more about the area, which I think is great. And so we talked to you guys that have maybe lived here for a little while. What I'm finding is I'm actually talking to more and more people that have already lived here for, say, like a year or two. And like I've talked to probably 3 people in the last month that have moved here within the last 2 years, and they're either already looking to move back to where they came from, they are getting relocated for jobs, or they bought a house and they don't like where they landed, and so it's now they're building or buying something else and it's time to sell their house. So lots of movement around all the time. We're seeing, I mean, we've still had a fantastic real estate year. As in, so the whole reason why I bring that up is there's still people moving. And that's what I get at. And there's still lots of fun things happening and coming soon. So here just at we are getting ready to start up December. We are full-fledged um in our holiday season here in the Greenville area, and it's a lot of fun, guys. So I know this is a little bit of a shorter video tonight and shorter show, but I am excited to talk to you guys next week. We're going to have more stuff to talk about, more things to do, and I will bring to you whatever answers to questions I get throughout the week. I'm excited to do that. So with that, thank you for tuning in, and I will definitely check up with you guys throughout the week, and I appreciate you. I will chat with you guys next Thursday, 8 o'clock. See ya.